What's up, guys? It is Thursday, April 11th, 2024. We're at the Bitcoin block height of 838,820. Tick-tock next block. We're almost to the halving, the 840,000th block of Bitcoin's 15-plus year history. And it got me to thinking. A lot of the influencers that I talk to, or watch, on YouTube, talk about Bitcoin being a 4-year cycle and everything else. And there's a lot of things that are 4-year cycles, like college is 4 years, the presidential cycle is 4 years. What else we got? We got the Olympics is every 4 years, leap years every 4 years. And Bitcoin is right around 4 years at 210,000 blocks that are mined approximately every 10 minutes and approximately about 144 blocks a day. And like I said, with the 838,820, we are 180 blocks away as of the time of this recording from the Bitcoin halving. And it got me to thinking, because I'm out here by the UNLV, one of the UNLV campuses out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I had to went in here and did some work, and I was talking to some students about some different things about life and everything else. But of course I talked about Bitcoin, but I asked them, I said, well, what are you guys learning here? And they were telling me about the trades they were learning and stuff, and, the little prerequisite classes they have to take and things like that. And I've been to college, but I'm also in a university right now, and I'm in the Bitcoin University. And speaking of Bitcoin University, that is my number one YouTube channel, Bitcoin University. And what an education, man. What an education. He's my number one guy, but I have watched so many different channels and so many different videos about Bitcoin. And it got me to thinking about the 4-year cycles, right? And comparing to my 4-year experience at school and what I learned and also what I made after school, because once you get a degree, you're supposed to make a certain amount of money in a certain field or trade, and it gets you ready for whatever it is, like a dentist or whatever you're going to school for. And what Bitcoin has taught me in these 4 years, it doesn't specifically teach me about a trade or classes. It teaches me a lot about life, health, wealth, the monetary system, so many different things you learn. And again, I have not been through a whole cycle. I'm over 3 years. I started in February 2021, February 24th to be exact. So I'm 3 years and March, April, 3 years and almost 2 months, 3 years and a month and a half or whatever it is. And I'm getting closer and closer every single block and day to my 210,000th block. And from my experience being, over 75% of that, I have learned more in probably 3 months in Bitcoin than I did in 4 years of school. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Most of you guys are either new Bitcoiners or haven't even bought Bitcoin yet, or just, dabbled into it and haven't really deep dived into it, right? Or you're just in your first year. And I know there's a few of you that have been in Bitcoin a lot longer than me, way longer. I talked to some of you guys too. It's amazing that you guys have gotten into it that early and actually stuck with it. So this is what I want to talk to you about. For all you new guys, you older guys that's been in here, you already know it, but this is just a friendly reminder. When you get into Bitcoin, here's what I suggest you do, right? Because it's not financial advice. You should buy Bitcoin like you've been doing. And I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm just saying like you've already been doing. And if you haven't bought, then I suggest you do some prerequisites or do some pre-college courses and study Bitcoin if you haven't bought any already. And then once you get to a certain amount of knowledge, then you buy some. Now, once you start your 4-year cycle, and if you've already started it, this is what you do. You buy your Bitcoin and you take a little bit of time every day. Now, I'm not telling you to take classes or you can spend that much time as much as a college, student does. I happen to do that. I happen to, not in my first few months, but once I hit maybe my 5th or 6th month mark, maybe something like that. I was studying before that, and a couple months before I got into Bitcoin, like I just told you guys to do. But once I got a little grasp of it, and again, I'm coming from the precious metal, world. I really started deep diving, man, and I seen these college kids here today. They were tired. They're, it's April, so they're getting ready to be done in May. A lot of kids are graduating in May of 2024, and they worked hard for those 4 years. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm like a junior, or this is my senior year. This would be my senior year in Bitcoin, and I'm working as hard or maybe harder than these college kids. Not to take anything away from them, and I'm not telling you have to do what I did, but I must warn you, when you first get involved, the more and more you learn, the more and more you want to learn more and you want to buy more. What I suggest you do is, if you don't have Bitcoin or your Satoshis on a cold storage, or in if you don't have a ledger, well, not a ledger, excuse me. Hey, sorry guys, I'm tired. A cold card. If you don't have a cold card, I would suggest you take a look at a cold card or any Bitcoin only hardware wallet, cold storage. And this is after you put it on a hot wallet. And a hot wallet is, the blue wallet, the moon wallet, the Phoenix wallet. These are wallets that are hot on your phone. And you only put an amount in there that's about roughly what you would put in your wallet, with cash in your wallet, just a little bit. And then you use your cold storage, your cold card or your Blockstream Jade, or there's all these good ones. Leave them in the comment section below. Some really good hardware wallets, cold storages, Bitcoin only, that you can use. And then put that as your long-term bank account. And once you do that, and then these 210,000 blocks, these 4 years, while you're studying and learning, don't sell during that time. It'd be the equivalent of a president getting elected in his 4-year terms and just quitting and saying, the country's too bad, I'm going to quit. Or a college student saying, nah, I'm not going to quit, I'm done, I'm going to quit. Or an Olympic athlete getting ready for the Olympics in 4 years and just says, nah, I'm not going to do it. When you sell Bitcoin before the 4-year cycle is over with, that means that you weren't ready for it. It means you weren't studying and you didn't understand the volatility. And that's another thing. You have to have a strong stomach and strong diamond hands to know that you can't sell during those 4 years. Now, the reason I mentioned my first 5 or 6 months of not studying that hard is because I did sell. I sold twice. And I thought I was selling something, so I thought I was selling a lesser asset in Bitcoin for a better asset in silver in my first few weeks to a month. And I did that first couple of weeks, and then probably 2 weeks later, so within my first month, I sold twice. I didn't sell a lot, but it was at a time that Bitcoin shot up and then silver shot down. And this is when I was still in my precious metals mode, and I sold. And that was a mistake. Now, I ended up selling all my precious metals down the road. Now, some of you guys that listen to this that are precious metal stackers are probably saying, well, that's a good trade, man. What are you talking about? Again, if you study, and it's going to take a long time to do this. That's why I say every 4 years, 4-year cycle. When you know, right? And when I did that, I thought I made a good trade. I was like, oh man, I got more ounces of silver. Yeah, this Bitcoin stuff is cool, but it's just in the background. I need to collect my ounces. And I'm bringing this up because I know some precious metal guys that I respect and listen to that have done that. Their number one asset is their precious metals in Bitcoin and Solana and other cryptocurrencies that they have. Those are their trading vehicles to get more precious metals. And again, there's nothing wrong with precious metals. But if you know, you know. When I know someone talks about another cryptocurrency in the same breath as Bitcoin, that's when I know they haven't studied. And that's okay. It doesn't mean somebody's stupid or dumb or, whatever. It's just that they're uninformed and I mean that with all respect, they're uninformed and they just don't know, because I was there, right? I was in the same exact spot. So when someone tells me that, it tells me two things. One is, man, I remember that. I was there. And two, we are so freaking early. So freaking early. So let's recap. We study Bitcoin before we buy it. If you haven't bought it yet, buy up to the level of knowledge that you're at, either $1, whatever it is, and then get yourself whatever. I would suggest you buy on Swan too. Oh, by the way, boy, I'm tired. Let me say this. Swan Bitcoin has just came out. And again, I'm not telling you to buy on Swan. I'm just telling you. Swan is the cheapest, officially now, it is the cheapest way to buy Bitcoin. Your first $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, doesn't matter how long it takes you to do that, by the way. Your first $10,000 of Bitcoin, you will get with no fees. I'll say that again. Normally, you know, when you buy, it's almost like if you're a precious metal stacker, and let's just say spot price is $25. Let's just say your precious metal dealer said, well, listen, Jim, James, Larry, or whatever, come on in here and I'll give it to you at spot. Your next $10,000. That's the same exact thing that's what Swan is doing. Now, I will say this, okay, as a caveat, because they got to make a tiny bit of money. They're not charging a fee, but what they're doing is, if you look at spot price of Bitcoin on TradingView or some other place, they raise it by $200. So I'll give you an example. If the price is $70,300, when you buy it on Swan, it'll be $70,500. Now, that seems like a lot, $200, but trust me, $200 out of $70,500 is nothing. So they do charge that little thing, but the fee, the 0.99% fee that you usually pay, I'm saving. So let's just say I bought $100 a day or $100. That $100 that I would usually spend, I'd only get $99.01 or whatever it is, and the other 99 cents would go to a fee. Well, 99 cents in today's money in Satoshis is about 1,300, 1,400 Satoshis for every $100. So that's a lot, guys. That's a lot. So I would suggest you go ahead and click on the link down below, and it helps the channel too. It's an affiliate link. I do get a little something off that. Not right now, because the 10,000 first free, I get something off a little bit out of the fees, for full disclosure. But the first $10,000, I'm not gonna make anything because there's no fees. But it's not about that. It's about you guys buying Bitcoin, okay? And Swan right now will give you the most for your money, okay? It'll give you the most Satoshis for your money. So do that first. I'll go ahead, click the link, set up an account. It takes like 2 or 3 minutes to verify it, and then go ahead and buy. Now, once you do that, once you buy, right, keep doing your studying. Download yourself a hot wallet if you haven't done that already, whether it's a Moon, a Blue wallet, a Phoenix wallet, whatever, a Bitcoin only wallet, preferably. And then once you play around with it and you're still studying, then once you have the amount that you think is more than what you would keep in your wallet, then go ahead and look into some Bitcoin only hardware wallet, cold storage wallets. Okay, same thing. Cold storage means it's not connected to the internet. Hot, when you say hot wallet, it means it's hot, like connected to the internet. Find yourself a hardware wallet, a hot wallet, preferably, like I said, a Bitcoin only, and then keep studying for 4 years. And I'm telling you guys, in my 3+ years, I have learned from 2021 till now, and before that, because I was studying before that. My education level is crazy. I have listened to some of the smartest people on this planet, not only just about finance and the market, but about so many different things. And the education you will get is priceless. And again, guys, if you know what I'm talking about, you veterans and people have doing it, leave it in the comments and verify that. You know what I mean? And don't trust, verify. So do that, guys. Study Bitcoin, wait around for 4 years, and then whatever date that you bought, right? Let's say you bought today, it's your first day, April 11th. Mark that down and buy, and then every time you buy something, mark it down for every 4. Okay, what's going to happen every 4 years? What's going to happen every 4 years? And plan on don't selling for 4 years. Again, not financial advice, but do not sell for 4 years. You guys know it's going to be volatile, but when you know it's 4 years, like, oh, okay, well, I can just buy the dip then. Same thing with like precious metals or any other stock or bond or whatever legacy product that you want to buy. So yeah, there you have it, guys. Go to the 4-year college of Bitcoin. The #1 education place, in my opinion, for that education is Bitcoin University. Go ahead and go to Matthew Cratter's channel, Bitcoin University. I got it down there in the description box. But you go there, and then the search box, put anything you want in there, you'll learn. And there's also, it'll lead you to other Bitcoin channels. And I'm telling you guys, you will not be disappointed, okay? And then you will start understanding what I mean by the block height and what I mean by Satoshis per dollar and everything. And you'll also learn and understand what I be talking about when I'm talking about a savings technology. You'll understand. And you guys already know, in my opinion, what is the #1 savings technology. And we already know it's the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.